Introduction to Hydroponics. What you will learn today are the meaning of hydroponics, the advantages of hydroponics, four primary hydroponic growing methods, hydroponic growing mediums. What is hydroponics? Hydroponics, by definition, means water working. In practical use, it means growing plants in a water and nutrient solution. Without soil, hydroponics allows a gardener to grow plants in a more efficient and productive manner with less labor and time required. The science of hydroponics proves that soil isn't required for plant growth, but the elements, minerals, and nutrients that soil contains are. Soil is simply the holder of the nutrients, a place where the plant roots traditionally live, and a base of support for the plant structure. In hydroponics, you provide the exact nutrients your plants need, so they can develop and grow, and the nutrients are fed directly at the root base and never stressing the plant due to lack of nutrients of water. Virtually any plant will grow hydroponically, but some will do better at than others. Hydroponics growing is ideal for fruit-bearing crops such as tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers, or leafy crops such as lettuce, herbs, and some of the flowering plants. Most hobby, which is called hydroponic gardeners, plant crops similar to what they would grow in a soil garden. And most commercial hydroponic growers combined hydroponic technology with a controlled environment to achieve the highest quality produced. And within the greenhouse structure, you can control the ambient temperature, humidity, and the light levels, which allows you to grow on a year-round basis. Advantages of hydroponic growing. There are many advantages of hydroponic growing. This includes most hobby hydroponic gardens are less work than soil gardens because you do not have soil to till or weeds to pull. By eliminating the soil in a garden, you eliminate also all soil-borne disease. Number three, a hydroponic garden uses a fraction of the water that a soil garden does because no water is wasted or consumed by weeds. Number four, in hydroponics, plant spacing can be intensive, allowing you to grow more plants in a given space than soil-grown produced. Number five, a small hydroponic garden can be set up almost anywhere. Number six, by providing the exact nutrients your plants need, they will grow more rapidly and produce bigger yields. 7. In studies, it has been proven that hydroponic produce higher in a nutritional value than field-grown crops. 8. Hydroponic produce generally taste better than field-grown produced. And 9. If you are growing indoors or in a greenhouse, you can grow your hydroponic plants on a year-round basis. Four primary hydroponic growing methods. In a soil garden, plants are rooted in the soil and draw nutrients from it. In hydroponics, a nutrient-rich solution is fed directly to the plant roots. In some hydroponic growing system, an inert growing medium such as perlite, rock wool, or expanded clay pebbles is used in place of soil. These growing mediums are porous and absorb the nutrient solution, allowing the plants to use it as needed. In other hydroponic systems, Like the NFT system, no growing medium is used and the plant roots are suspended in a grow channel. There are four most common methods of hydroponic garden, which includes ebb and flow, drip method, nutrient film technique or NFT, and passive system. Ebb and flow. The ebb and flow, which is also known as flood and drain, a method of hydroponic gardening, simply allows all the plants in the garden to be fed the same amount of nutrient solution at the same time. The plant grow bed, which contains plant pots filled with a growing medium, is flooded with the nutrient solution for a set period of time and then allowed to drain for a set period of time. So this allows the growing medium and plant roots to stay moist while bringing fresh oxygen to the roots base each time the nutrient solution drains away. Most ebb and flow system will flood the grow bed for at least 10 or 15 minutes of every hour or two in an ebb and flow system. The roots are most commonly grown in a medium of perlite, rock wool, or expanded clay pebbles. An ebb and flow system popular with many home hydroponic gardeners, which is ideal for growing a broad variety of crops since both long and short-term crops do well in this system. Drip method. In a drip system, the nutrient solution is delivered to the plants through drip emitters on a time system. The time cycle flushes the growing medium, providing the plants with fresh nutrients, water, and oxygen as the emitter is dripping. The emitters are usually scheduled to run for approximately 5 to 10 minutes of every hour. In a drip system, the plant roots are most commonly grown in a medium of perlite, grow rocks or rock wool, and the drip system is often used in a commercial hydroponic facilities that grow long-term crops such as or like as tomato, cucumber, and peppers. Nutrient film technique. The plants are grown in channels which the nutrient solution is pumped through. The plant roots are flooded by the nutrient solution as it passes by. Ideally, the bottom of the roots are exposed to the nutrient solution, while the top of the roots are exposed to air. Most NFT systems are fed on a very frequent time cycle. For instance, 10 minutes of nutrient solution flow followed by 5 minutes of nutrient solution drain. Since the plant roots are not in a growing medium, it is crucial that they are flushed often to keep them moist. NFT is ideal for lettuces, leafy crops, and herbs, all of which are short-term crops, and larger NFT channels can be used long-term crops as long as some form of plant support is provided. Passive system. The advantage of a passive hydroponic system is its low maintenance. A passive system does not use pumps or timers to flood the root zone. The roots usually dangled in the nutrient solution and draw what they need from it. A passive system is generally slow in growing and not as intensive as the other systems discussed. Because there is no water movement, passive systems will often have low oxygen levels, and this can be remedied by adding a small air pump that pumps air into the nutrient reservoir. Hydroponic growing mediums. Many of the materials were used as mediums of hydroponic growth, which include vermiculite, sawdust, grit, peat moss, and more recently pebbles of rock wool, perlite, and expanded clay pebbles. The popular growing mediums, perlite, rock wool, and extensive clay pebbles of today are described below. Perlite. Perlite is a derivative of volcanic rock heated to extremely high temperatures. It then bursts like popcorn, leading to the thin, porous medium we use in hydroponics. Perlite can be used loose in pots or bag in sleeves of thin plastics, referred to as grow bags, because the plants are grown right in the containers. In perlite growing bags, plants are normally placed on a drip feed system. Perlite grow bags usually hold 3 or 4 long-term plants. Perlite is also used in many commercial potting soil mixing. Rock wool. The rock wool is derived from rock basalt. It is also heated to high temperatures but then spun into isolating like fibers. Those fibers are spun into hydroponic output cubes and slabs. The cubes are widely used for propagation of plants, and the slabs are used similarly to the bugs that grow perlite. Onto the rockwool slab is placed a plant and grown there. The roots of the plants grow down into. Expanded clay pebbles. For their growing medium, many hobby hydroponic gardeners are expanded clay pebbles, or they use expanded clay pebbles because expanded clay pebbles have outstanding capillary action and have a neutral pH. So the ebb and flow system often use expanded clay pebbles as the growing medium in the growing pots. Other hydroponic mediums are coco peat. Coco peat is a multi-purpose cultivating tool made of cocoa husk. The fibrous cocoa husk is pre-washed, machine-dried, sieved, and made free from sand and other contaminations such as contaminants from animals and plants. Coco peat is an excellent alternative to traditional peat moss or skirt wool. Vermiculite. Vermiculite is a hydrous mineral phyllosilicate which undergoes considerable expansion when heated. Exfoliation occurs when the mineral is sufficiently heated, and this effect is routinely produced by commercial furnaces. Vermiculite forms by biotite or phlogopite being weathered or hydrothermal altered. Peat moss. Peat moss is the dark brown fibrous product of sphagnum and other organic materials which decomposed over thousands years in peat bogs. It's not even decomposing because peat moss is so anaerobic that it takes very slowly. So the process of decomposition occurs without the presence of air, which slows the rate of development. Every year it gains just less than 1 millimeter in depth. Sand. Sand is a granular material consisting of finely divided rock particles and minerals. It is defined in terms of size, being finer than gravel and grosser than silt. Sand can also apply to a texture soil or soil type class, for example, a soil that contains by mass more than 85% of sand size particles.